Hey everybody, welcome back to Big History. I'm Rachel Hansen, and today our driving question is, to what extent has the Anthropocene been positive? Oh boy, we've got a lot to unpack here. Now let's start with the last 10,000 years. For the last 10,000 years of history, the biosphere, the realm in which life is possible, has remained pretty stable and constant. When we look at changes to, vegetation or temperature or sea level, all of those things remain fairly stable. Of course, there are small, moderate variations, but nothing really immense. And as a result, this has led geologists to classify this time period, these 10,000 years, as the Holocene epoch. So this began at the end of the last ice age and goes up to the modern era. Now, there are some scientists who are challenging this way of thinking, who argue that 250 years ago, we begin to see a marked difference in our environment. We start to see destruction of tropical rainforests, widespread decline. We see huge increases in the amount of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. We're starting to see temperatures rise. And these scientists agree that this was all marked by increased human activity. And as a result, they propose that we should call this a new epoch, the Anthropocene, which is our word of the day, Anthropocene. So the Anthropocene is really just the age of man. It's this period of time that is classified by an intensity of human activity that has permanently altered the environment and ecosystems of the planet. And it began 250 years ago with the Industrial Revolution, our last term. Because during the Industrial Revolution, humans learned to harness new forms of energy. And these new forms of energy have polluted our environments, they've polluted our oceans, they're causing global temperatures to rise, and they're causing sea levels to change. They're causing huge changes in our biosphere. Today, for your lesson, you're gonna go to Khan Academy and watch an interesting video from Crash Course, the Anthropocene and the near future. A lot of times in history, we go way into the distant past, but today we're gonna focus on the relatively recent past because it can inform us about what's going on today, and it can also help us make predictions about the future. So pay attention as John and Hank Green and Emily Grassley talk about the impacts of the Anthropocene. And they're both positive and negative. Remember, you're trying to figure out to what extent is this new epoch of history positive. It might be helpful for you to divide your paper in half into a T-chart so that you can keep a running list of the positives on one side and the negatives on the other. Okay, get over there, enjoy the video. I'll be here when you get back. Hey, welcome back. Well, now that you've got your T-chart, you should be settling into your idea of, to what extent the Anthropocene has been positive. And now I want to challenge you to think toward the future in our historian's journal. So for today, I want you to journal about what impact population growth will have on the future of the Anthropocene. Our population is still in the midst of fast growth. It's slowed down a bit since mid-century, but most demographic experts expect that we're going to see fast population growth through the end of the century. And most put that total final number at 11 billion. We're going to add about 4 billion more people to the planet. So go research, where is this population growth happening? What impact is that going to have on our planet and our resources, our environment? And also, how will it change human societies? And how will different societies be affected depending upon their geography? So go check it out. See what you think. All right, it's always great to have you here. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Tomorrow, we're gonna be back for Flannel Friday. So get your favorite flannels ready, lay them out tonight, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Be good, y'all. Take care.